Hey there, and welcome back to this book study on the Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. I hope you're enjoying this book. Chapter 6 is what we're kind of visiting here in this video. This chapter starts by looking at the effects that social media has had, especially on girls. Jonathan says that social media platforms serve the function of sharing user-generated content widely, asynchronously on the most prototypical platforms like Instagram. Users post content, often about themselves, and then wait for the judgments and the comments of others. Such posting and waiting, along with social comparison, is having a larger and more harmful effect on girls and young women than on boys and young men. And this difference shows up consistently in many correlation studies. Man, as I was reading through this chapter and the reality, I am a dad of a daughter. I had that overwhelming need to protect my daughter from what she doesn't know. Jonathan Haidt says no younger than 16 should be kids allowed to have social media, any of the platforms. And the longer you wait, the better their mental health is going to be. I was sitting on my couch. I was reading this book and I was putting together the study guide. My daughter came and she sat next to me and asked me about this book I was reading. I told her it was a book describing what cell phones and social media and screens are doing to the brains of young boys and girls. She said, "What's it doing?" And I showed her the picture of the girl on the front of the book. And I said, "Do you see her?" I said, you know, they're making a lot of girls really sad. She said, "Daddy, I don't want to be like that." And I said to her, "I know. That's why mommy and daddy are going to help you so you don't feel like that too early." Right? I can't protect my daughter from never feeling sad or anxious or maybe even depressed in the future. And I'm in no way saying I am an ace at parenting, but I do care. And I'm becoming more aware of the effects of these platforms on developing minds. I don't trust anything that was created to be addictive. I don't trust alcohol. I don't trust gambling. I don't trust nicotine. And I certainly don't trust social media. I mean, even as early as third grade, I can see the social pressure that girls face to fit in, to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to keep up with the other girls. And, you know, something that as I'm reading through the book, and especially as I read through chapter 6, that I wanted was, I want to meet more parents who think like this. Parents who want to give their kids more free play without screens. Give their kids dumb phones until 14, 15 years old. No social media, you know, at the earliest of 16, but waiting as long as possible. Because I think if you're getting your social need in the real physical world, you'll have less of a driver to be pushing you into social media. I mean, it's a little bit like I don't know if you can think of this or if you had this experience growing up, but I did. I remember it was post like prom or homecoming, one of the dances. And one of the kids from school is having like one of those big fun parties. Can I be honest? I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. It was going to be crazy. Parking's weird. The chances of it get busted by the police was really high. There'd probably be a lot of drinking. Like I wasn't really that into it. Like I was tired. I kind of went, but all the cool kids were going there for sure. And it created in me this desire that even though I didn't really want to, like, all right, we're going to go. Well, the next year, that same kid was going to have that same party, but instead there was a group of us that was like, hey, instead of going there, why don't we as this group go over to this other kid's house? And so we decided as a group, let's not go there. We're going to go over here. And we had a great time. All right. It was fun. It was relaxing. Right. And that's kind of an example for me that if you have more parents that are willing to make these moves, then kids aren't going to feel that they're left out. You know, if we have more schools that are willing to go phone free, if we start reframing the role that social media has become in the life of these kids and the role the cell phone is playing in the life of these kids, we might start being able to reclaim a childhood that our kids deserve. You know, I really hope chapter 6 gives you some of these critical insights about this serious topic and the serious moment that we are at in this time and in culture. And that it will help you and empower you to facilitate conversation around these, I'm going to call them traps, right? To be honest with yourself, honest with your family, and really honest with how it's affecting you and affecting others in your own life. And then I'm hoping that this can help foster quality over quantity when it comes to social interactions, right? Man, our kids deserve to have a rich, quality childhood. And I hope this chapter helps pull back some of the lies that the digital age is bringing into our lives, that we can set healthy boundaries around these, making quality expectational rules for our family and help protect our children from things that they may not know and that we as parents should know and become informed on. Again, there's no expectation of perfection when it comes to parenting, but there should be an expectation of we care, we're getting informed, and we're going to be with you through the process. Well, I hope this is a good overview of chapter 6 of The Anxious Generation. In the next video, we'll be looking over chapter 7 of this book. We'll see you then.